Page 220. Do you really think I would do that? Go beyond any limit you can't take? You said you've hurt someone before. Yes, I have. It was a long time ago. How did you hurt her? I suspended her from the playroom ceiling. In fact, that's the one of your questions. Suspension. That's what the carabiners are for in the playroom. Rope play. One of the ropes was tied too tightly. I hold my hand up, begging him to stop. I don't need to know any more. So you won't suspend me then? Not if you really don't want to. You can make that a hard limit. Okay. So obeying. Do you think you can manage that? He stares at me. He gazes intense. The seconds tick by. I could try, I whisper. Good. He smiles. Now term. 1 month instead of 3 is no time at all, especially if you want a weekend away from me each month. I don't think I'll be able to stay away from you for that length of time. I can barely manage it now. He pauses. You can't stay away from me. What? How about 1 day over 1 week per month? You get to yourself, but I get a mid-week night that week. Okay. And please, let's try it for 3 months. If it's not for you, then you can walk away any time. 3 months? I feel railroaded. I take another large sip of wine and treat myself to another oyster. I could learn to like these. The ownership thing, that's just terminology and goes back to the principle of obeying. It's to get you in the right frame of mind, to understand where I'm coming from. And what I want you to know, that as soon as you cross my threshold as a submissive, I will do what I like to you. You have to accept that, and willingly. That's why you have to trust me. I'll fuck you anytime, any way I want, anywhere I want. I will discipline you because you will screw it up. I'll train you to please me. But I know you've not done this before. Intentionally, we take it slowly and I will help you. We'll build up to various scenarios. I want you to trust me, but I know I have to earn your trust, and I will. Otherwise, again, it's to help you to get into the mindset. It means anything goes. He's so passionate, memorizing. This is obviously his obsession, the way he is. I can't take my eyes off him. He really, really wants this. He stops talking and gazes at me. Still with me? He whispers, his voice rich, warm, and seductive. He takes a sip of wine. His penetrating stare holding mine. The waiter comes to the door, and Christian subtly nods, permitting the waiter to clear our table. Would you like some more wine? I have to drive. Some warm water then? I nod. Still or sparkling? Sparkling, please. The waiter leaves. You're very quiet, Christian, whispers. You're very reserved. He smiles. Discipline. That's a fine line between pleasure and pain, Anastasia. There are two sides of the same coin, one not existing without the other. I can show you how pleasurable pain can be. You don't believe me now, but this is what I mean about trust. There will be pain, but nothing that you can't handle. Again, it comes down to trust. Do you trust me, Anna? Anna? Yes, I do. I respond spontaneously, not thinking, because it's true. I do trust him. Well then, he looks relieved. The rest of the stuff is just details. Important details. Okay, let's talk about those. My head is swimming with all of his words. I should have bought Kate's digital recorder so I can listen to this again later. There is so much information, so much to process. The water re-emerges with our entries. Black cod, asparagus, and crushed potato with wholesome sauce. I've never felt less like food. I hope you like fish, Christian says mildly. I make a stab at my food and take a long drink of my sparkling water. I vehemently wish it was wine. The rules. Let's talk about them. The food is a deal breaker. Yes. Can I modify to say that you want to eat at least 3 meals a day? No. I'm not backing down on this. No one is going to dictate to me what I eat. How I fuck, yes, but eat, no way. He purrs his lips. I need to know that you're not hungry. I frown. Why? You'll have to trust me. He gazes at me for a moment and he relaxes. Touché, Miss Steele, he says quietly. I concede the food and the sleep. Why can't I look at you? That is a dom/sub thing. You'll get used to it, will I? Why can't I touch you? Because you can't. His mouth sits in mullish line. It's because of Mrs. Robertson. He quizzes at me. Why would you think that? And immediately he understands. You think she traumatized me? I nod. No, Anastasia, she's not the reason. Besides, Mrs. Robertson wouldn't take any of this shit from me. Oh, but I have to, I pound. So nothing to do with her? No. And I don't want you touching yourself either. What? Ah, yes, the non-masturbation clause. Out of curiosity, why? Because I want all your pleasure. His voice is husky but determined. Oh, I have no answer for that. On one level, it's up there with I want to bite that lip. On another, it's so selfish. I frown and take a bite of cod, trying to assess mentally what concessions I've gained. The food, the sleep, it's going to take it slow, and we have discussed soft limits. But I'm not sure I can face that over food. I've given you a great deal to think about, haven't I? Yes. Do you want to go through the soft limits now too? Not over dinner, he smiles, squeamish. Something like that? You've not eaten very much. I've had enough. 3 oysters, 4 bites of cod, and 1 asparagus stalk. No potatoes, no nuts, no olives, and you've not eaten all day. You said I could trust you. Geez, keep an inventory. Christian, please, it's not every day I sit through conversations like this. I need you fit and healthy, Anastasia. I know. And right now, I want to peel you out of that dress. I swallow. Peel me out of Kate's dress? I feel the pull deep in my belly. Muscles that are more acquainted with the clench at his words. But I can't have this. It's the most potent weapon used against me. He's so good at sex. Even I figured this out. I don't think that's a good idea, I murmur quietly. We haven't had the dessert. You want dessert, he snorts. Yes.